Join me as I dive into the controversial world of low-carb diets and challenge everything we think we know about diabetes management. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's near and dear to many of our hearts, especially those living with diabetes. With the rising popularity of low-carb diets, it's easy to assume that they're a one-size-fits-all solution for managing blood sugar levels. But what if I told you that's not always the case? We've all heard the success stories of people with diabetes who've reversed their condition or significantly improved their blood sugar control by adopting a low-carb diet. And it's true, many people have benefited from this approach. But the question remains, is it suitable for everyone with diabetes? What if I told you that there are some pretty significant risks associated with going low-carb, especially if you're not careful? One of the main reasons people with diabetes are drawn to low-carb diets is because they assume it'll help them regulate their blood sugar levels. And in many cases, that's true. Consuming fewer carbs means less insulin is required to process them, which can be beneficial for people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. However, this approach can also have some drawbacks. For instance, drastically cutting carbs can lead to nutrient deficiencies, particularly fiber and B vitamins. This is because many carb-rich foods, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, are also rich in these essential nutrients. Additionally, a low-carb diet can be high in fat, which can increase cholesterol levels and heart disease risk. And let's not forget about the potential negative impact on gut health. But what about the people who've successfully reversed their diabetes through a low-carb diet? Don't they prove that it works? Well, not exactly. You see, everyone's body is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. In fact, some people may even experience a worsened condition due to a low-carb diet. I want to share a personal testimony from someone who's experienced this firsthand. Sarah, a type 1 diabetic, went on a low-carb diet thinking it would help her regulate her blood sugar levels. But instead, she found that her A1C increased, and she began to experience more frequent hypoglycemic episodes. It turned out that her body was more sensitive to protein than she realized, and the high protein intake associated with a low-carb diet was actually causing more harm than good. Studies have also shown that low-carb diets may not be as effective for everyone, particularly those with type 1 diabetes. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that a low-carb diet actually increased the risk of diabetic ketoacidosis in people with type 1 diabetes. So what does this mean for you? Well, it means that we need to be more nuanced in our approach to diabetes management. Rather than following a one-size-fits-all approach, we need to consider individual factors such as insulin sensitivity, protein requirements, and overall health goals. In conclusion, while low-carb diets can be beneficial for some people with diabetes, they're not a guarantee for everyone. It's essential to approach any diet change with caution and closely monitor its effects on your body. Thanks for watching, and if you have any personal experiences with low-carb diets and diabetes, please share them with us in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about balanced diets for diabetes management, be sure to check out our next video.